हम लोग जब बड़े होते हैं तो हमारे what are the issues? Conflict resolution, saying no, decision making, doubting ourselves, not feeling good enough. All those things, how are they all stemming from school, right? A lot of times the focus of schools has been on IQ, academic success, math mein kaisa hai, science mein kaisa hai, language mein kaise hain, all those kind of things, right? Which is important, but when you are seeing that, if you see some research, all these kids who are doing really well in schools and in universities, and when they went into the job market, the real world, so they struggled. Because what was happening was their relational, how were they able to relate with others, was wobbly. So be it like them being better team players, be it showing empathy, be it them self-awareness, again it starts from the self. So what's the relationship with oneself, and at the same time, how do they resolve conflict? What's the self-esteem like? How likable they are in a team setting? If they can build a rapport, if they can build a trust. How do you build trust? You build trust if you're being authentic, you're being vulnerable, and you can show empathy to the other person, right? It's not about me, it's about us. These are all the things which are managed in a classroom environment when it becomes live. For example, if the teacher is telling a child, you've done so well, you must be proud of yourself, as opposed to saying, I'm so proud of you. Because the teacher is then giving the agency to the child. My inspiration was coming from my learnings as a therapist and the models which were being followed. So be it the Finnish model, Reggio Emilia from Italy, the Waldorf system. These were the things which I felt were much more open-minded, and they were broader in their scope, and I was like, this would be beautiful to bring at home. If you're not enjoying, if you're not engaged, after a point our mind shuts down, right? And that's why we say कि ये बच्चा class में tension नहीं pay कर रहा. So that's not the बच्चा's कसूर. That's somehow the way the teacher has structured the model in the classroom is where it's become boring. So how do they find ways which is engaging for the child? And different learners are engaged in different ways. Kinesthetic learners, they want to touch and feel everything. Some there are audio learners who want to kind of listen also. Then there are visual learners also. So in a classroom setting, one has to assess the needs of different learners. And in play, it's possible, because when you're doing through play, it's a very hands-on learning. So the kids are touching also, the kids are listening also, the kids are seeing also. So it's very interactive, it's very child-led in the sense that the teacher and the kids are in it together, rather than a teacher being like, do this. No, she's she's asking questions rather than giving all the answers, and that's very important. A lot of times we feel that as teachers have to give them the right answer, but I think what it is that the teachers have to encourage and role model the mindset of asking the right questions, or the questions, which then allows the kids to find the answers in the process. I was very much focused on joining the family business, which was related to finance. So the idea was to study finance and economics, which I did, and I aced it. And from there, वो जो होता है कि एक bucket list होती है. So if you're a finance person, so Wall Street is the place to be. So the dream was to go and get a job as a Wall Street investment banker, which I did. So I was working at UBS investment banking. So in my early 20s, had an incredibly difficult and an incredibly amazing time, both because learned a lot. But I kind of realized that finance is not for me, I mean, no matter how hard I try, I will never be the best banker. But it was too difficult to admit at that time, right? Because there was a bank waiting for me back home. This time there was always this unrest, because once you start self-awareness process and you know that things are what you're doing, are you following what your heart calls out for? Is it fulfilling? All those kind of things starts kind of bugging you a little bit. It was a very difficult work situation, and in that struggle my mom passed away. So I was 30. I wasn't 31 yet when my mom passed away, and I think that completely changed the canvas through which I saw life. The whole belief system on what I had built my life on kind of got shaken. And here I was, a father with a long list of achievements, but very unfulfilled. When my mom passed away, I was trying to deal with grief, and I was at my therapist's office, and we were talking about. I was like, I've always been such a good person. I'm such a good kid, and I've done all the right things. And why am I still struggling to be in an intimate relationship with my wife? Why am I not, happy with my work, and all those kind of things, right? Because up until a certain point, life had a roadmap, but then when that roadmap gets taken away, I was very lost. Or being let lost and finding way and not finding way is a very trial and error experience, right? So the conversation was along the lines that I wish someone would have told me this at school. I said, I was such a good kid, I was my teacher's favorite, and I aced all the exams. Why didn't anyone tell me this at school? And there was a lot of anger. That experience with therapy led me to study to become a therapist. But my दिमाग में मेरे जो पीछे जो script चल रही थी is like, मैं therapist तो बन जाऊँगा, but I will be working with one person at a time. How do I have a wider impact? And the wider impact, and that the best age for impact is childhood. They say the first 7 years are the most critical years in a child's personality development and everything. So that's when I said, okay, maybe a school is something which I should look at. Here, what I noticed was that everything is about the outcome. If I do this, what will I achieve? So in the process, we are not having fun. We're not focusing on the learnings. And if the outcome doesn't happen, then there is major disappointment, and there is no idea about the learnings, right? It doesn't have to be what's the end goal. At age 3, my child must know this, and age 4, that's putting things in the box. We talk about creativity, we talk about problem solving, we talk about thinking outside the box, but then we discourage coloring outside the lines. We judge art as being good art or bad art, We talk about conflict resolution, but then anytime there's a conflict, people are like, don't fight. Or the two kids fighting, the teacher will come and put them away, so they haven't learned anything. How do I resolve a conflict? So emotional and social development and all the other things which are part of the school curriculum are integrated. I think the biggest impediment for us is the lack of education. And when I say education, I just don't mean like aapne inter pass kar diya, government school ke andar ye kar diya, but actually the process of education which includes self-discovery as well. Magar of course, जब किसी को खाने के पैसे नहीं हो रहे तो वो सेल्फ डिस्कवरी किस तरह करेगा, राइट? सो आई एम अवेयर ऑफ दोज थिंग्स. मगर अगर किसी के पास खाने के पैसे हैं और द वन इज प्रिविलेज्ड, with privilege comes responsibility as well. So those are the kind of things which we need to kind of have discussions about, because it's not just the job of NGOs and trusts and this thing, right? It's like what part can I play? And it doesn't have to be big. It can be like, okay, fine, like 5 kids, I'm going to help them support their education if I feel that they have the right attitude. Things like that. So everyone does small things, and then the small things is going to make like that big impact, right? थोड़ी बहुत idealism इसमें अच्छी है.